Hi YouTube. What I want to talk about today is the Rihanna interview that she just did on 2020. She speaks candidly about what happened between her and Chris Brown, the abuse, and having growing up, with abuse in her household, as well as Chris. He grew up with abuse in his household. Um, it raises a lot of questions about what more detailed things leading up to this beating on that night that everything went down in February. It was just the stories were blown out of proportion, and we never heard Rihanna's side of the story. Now that we hear Rihanna's side of the story, Chris Brown did an interview today on MTV. It just seems that was trying to just fan down some of the actual heat that Chris was actually going to get. I don't know if Chris's camp heard the interview prior that Rihanna was going to do, but she still speaks to him with love in a way, but she does display brutal honesty in terms of how she felt. I never knew Rihanna seemed so strong as far as like her persona, but I never knew that she was so strong. She is a strong woman. The way she carried herself, the way she spoke was very upfront. It was almost like she didn't sugarcoat what happened to her. She didn't make it nice. She actually let you know that this was abuse. I was beaten. She mentioned how she did not do this. Of course she didn't do this. She was, screaming and in a residential neighborhood, and she mentioned how he blacked out, how he looked like he had no soul. That's deep because a lot of people don't realize that that's some kind of spirit that takes over in terms of her feeling like he had no soul, had nothing to lose. I think that was one of the most poignant things that she said. Chris Brown looked like a man that had nothing to lose, even though he was a man that had everything to lose. It's something that women go through all over the country, all over the world. Domestic violence is not a good thing. It's a terrible thing. I've seen domestic violence in certain cases in my life, and I've seen how a strong woman can leave a situation but go back for fear or for those same reasons. I've seen that. So, I understand her going back, but I'm glad she decided to end everything officially. But the only flip side of that is I don't know if she would have done that if she was not famous. If he was not famous, I do not know if she would have actually left. Her fans and worrying about her fans and her influence that she has over, young girls, not wanting to show them that kind of weakness to go back to a man and stay with him. But if she was not famous, I don't know if she would have left him for good. Would she have that reason? She wouldn't have had that reason. She would have had probably to come up with another reason to actually officially leave him for good, but she might have stayed. When they rehatched the fact that when they initially got back together 3 weeks after the abuse, Chris Brown was jet skiing. He was having all kinds of fun, but he had a joy and laughter in his eyes. He had excitement, and he displayed that. The only problem with that is 3 weeks prior he just blacked out. He just beat a woman, and 3 weeks later he could act like nothing happened, even though she never fully embraced him back. It was almost like even if she came back 25%, not showing him the same Rihanna that she showed him before, he would have accepted that and been happy just to have her back, not realizing the consequences. Like Rihanna mentioned, it's not the physical scars because they actually heal, but it's the inside, the scar that you leave inside. He's not realizing that kind of effect. That's a lifetime effect. That affects, a woman anytime she's dating a new man or getting into a new situation. I just think that probably people think it's for ratings, or people think, well, Rihanna's coming out with a new album. In my opinion, I think that this is the time she is coming out with a new album. She has to talk about something. They're gonna ask her about this, so she might as well promote what she's doing as well. She has a new album that's about to drop. She has some singles that she wants to do well, but I don't know when is a proper time to talk. Was it proper time to talk a month after the beat? He has to be examined about that darkness, because that darkness, once that's there, if that's in you and you show that, you display that over a text message argument, who's to say that she didn't put enough? Month after the beating, 2 months after the beating, would have been still the same effect, except she wouldn't have had an album or anything out to just further acquaint you with her again. She's been gone for a while. She hasn't talked to anyone, and it was nice to see how strong she was. To me, I felt like she was strong. It was something sexy about her voice, just the strength that she had. She looked kind of Sharon Stone-ish and a Basic Instinct, and I thought she was beautiful though. She carried herself really well. She's probably not the ice cold persona that she displays in the media. She seems like she's actually down to earth and solid, and I think that Chris Brown messed up to where he lost a good he lost a good woman, because she's was just equally as famous as he was. So I think that if they get back together later, it's gonna be drama, but still, she shouldn't make all of her decisions based off of what the public eye might think or how they might view her. If she does get back with him, hopefully he changes. Hopefully, he's won't ever do that again. But unfortunately, I don't know. He has to be examined about that darkness, because that darkness, once that's there, if that's in you and you show that, you display that over a text message argument, who's to say that she didn't put enough seasoning salt on the chicken that he won't flip out? I mean, really. I mean, you have to think about the darkness. It was the fact that he didn't want her to speak about it, like a level of control, like, you might be right, or I don't care what you think. I don't want you to talk about it. So, even though he could have handled it a lot differently, for him to go off on her physically was very unnecessary. And I just hope. I have a movie called Undone and Downgrade that's coming out, which I'm co-directing in. I wrote and I'm co-starring in the movie as well. The website is calativity.com, and I have a blog called funnyinink.com. If you have any subjects or articles or things you want to throw up on the website, let me know and I'll hook it up for you. Alright? Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Hit the yellow button, and I'll talk to you later. Keep watching. Alright, bye.